Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Manisha Gupta and I am assistant professor at NIT College, Greater Noida. We are studying the business research method, and in the last class we have started the topic of your research proposal, and we have deal with the type of the research proposal and research proposal request. And in today's topic we are going to discuss about what are the principles of the good research proposal, what should be the writing style for the research proposal, steps in developing your research proposal, drafting a research proposal, and at the end the evaluating your research proposal. So we start with the principles of your good research proposal, that what should be in it when you are preparing your research proposal, what the point we have to keep in mind for making the good research proposal. The first is be aware of your subject area, and you will be needed to demonstrate up to date knowledge. Means whatever the area you are dealing, you have to good knowledge of that subject area, and you should be updated in that knowledge, that what is happening in the industry. If you see the digital world, the digital world in India have changed drastically in the last 10 years. So it is not like that which is happening in the 2009, we still not using that type of the application, or the customer has changed, lots of the changes has take place. So whatever the idea, whatever the subject you are dealing in, where whatever the area you are studying, you should have, first of all you have the in-depth knowledge of it, and you should be updated about the current scenario and the current tools and technique in it. Next is, don't be afraid to discuss your idea and the seek feedback. When you prepare your idea, you should discuss freely with your co-workers and your sponsor for whom you are preparing from whom you are preparing the research proposal. So you should discuss it and be the open-minded, accept all the comments, whatever they have suggested, what are the feedbacks you are discussing. Then check your funders guideline and the time varying, and make sure you address all the request, like you're in request for proposal, whatever the requirement was given there, you should have the keep in mind when you are preparing your research proposal, that all the information given in it you should be incorporated in your research proposal. You have incorporated all the details, you have deal with all the basic specific information like your management information, your technical information, research problem. You should keep all those points in your mind when you are preparing your research proposal. Then clarity in your writing is very important. Whatever you are writing, whatever the presenting should be clear cut. There should be no ambiguity in your research proposal. It should be clear, it should be exact, and it should be in a very formal presentation. Then next is your topic is, what should be the writing style for the research proposal. It is about when you are writing the research proposal, what point you should keep in mind when you are writing it. And when you talk about the basic principles, it means that what you should consider when you are talking about or preparing the research proposal. And this slide deal with the what should be writing style. Then means when you are writing it, what should point you should keep in mind. Basically the research proposal is a piece of academic writing, and we have to follow these following point. Be clear in your writing style. Whatever you are providing in your research proposal, be clear in your mind, because when you are clear in your writing in your mind, then you should write clearly. It means you are expressing clearly in your research proposal. Then avoid ambiguity. Any type of the words, especially when you talk about the research problem, research objective, you should not use a word which has the multiple meaning. To avoid the confusion, don't use such word which create ambiguity and confusion in your research proposal. Then the structure of your text, use headings and subheading. When you use heading and subheadings, then it gives the clear picture, and the reader of your research proposal get the clear understanding that the content which you are giving in what heading and what subheading, it give the proper format or the proper mapping or the proper plan of your research. Then don't use big paragraph, use a small paragraph in your writing. The reason is why when you use a big paragraph, your message may be somewhere lost. So the reader may not grasp all the information when you write a big paragraph. So for that, write small paragraph so that the reader will get the clear picture. Then try to use images and table if it is allowed to add in your, and if it is appropriate and relevant for your project. Next is, what is the steps of the developing the research proposal? There are the number of the basic steps the researcher will take to develop the research plan, and each of these steps constitute the important information that is included in your research proposal. So what are those steps? Those steps are, first is your developing and defining your topic, exploring your purpose, audience for the research, conducting the preliminary research, formulating your research question and the additional question if required, then creating a research problem. We deal with all these points one by one. So first is developing and defining the topic. The writing you do based on your research thought is not only for yourself when you develop or writing the content. First of all, do not consider that you are writing for yourself, because you have writing for the company, the person who has sponsored your research. So keep in mind the importance from their side, that what they are expecting. And since you will be the writing based on the research of the other and the information needed to be current and relevant, but the content we are putting, it should be that the others and need to be current and it should be relevant for the others. The other means your sponsor of your research. And if your topic is too broad, and because if the topic is too broad, you cannot and when the topic is too broad, in that case it will be difficult to do more than the skimming the surface than your research. So you have to narrow it down, and narrowing focus is essential to make your topic manageable, because if you are dealing with the elaborate topic and a topic is too big, then it may be difficult in the managing. So for that issue, you have to narrow down your topic, and means you narrow down your management problem and research questions. In the next point, exploring your purpose and the audience of your research. The good research proposal will also discuss the purpose and the potential audience for the research one and the conducting. Means you are exploring the research, that why you are conducting this research, why this research is important, and who are the potential audience, means who is at the end going to be impacted by your study. And it often begins with the research exegesis. The research exegesis means why it is important for the researchers. This is means from the researcher's point of view, why you want to conduct this research, what you gain of it, what about the similar incident if you have a counter with these type of the problem, what was your experience, and the topic carries. The topic carries means what will be the impact of your research on other, and from their extent what the research hope to accomplish, means what you are trying to accomplish, what you are trying to gain from this research, and who he hopes to be informed and persuade with this research, means whom they will try to persuade or they try to inform. They have to, when you are writing a research, you have to keep in mind the purpose and for whom you are writing, who will they gain from your topic, your research, and what at the end you are going to accomplish. Then before writing your research paper, you should conduct a preliminary research. Means before the full-fledged research, the management or the researcher many times do the preliminary research. What is it? To prepare for the research proposal, a researcher need to conduct some preliminary research. Partly, this is to ensure that there is some viable source and the possibility available for the topic and idea you generated. Means whatever you are proposing, they have the certain possibility, means it has happened, it will give the solution to the management problem and your sponsor of the research. But as well, you will need to get some information, some insight about your topic in order to define the topic and your research proposal and define your topic, your research proposal, and to develop and validate your research question. This preliminary research can also help you to understand the important history, concept, terminology about your topic of your research. It gives you brief understanding that what happened in the past and what happened in past, what was the basic concept about it, and by the primary study you also get the insight that how your full-fledged research will be. Primary research conducting is also important, that sometimes you may not get the research on only on a website or the some sort. For before doing the full-fledged research, if you get to the some sort of the primary research, you get the brief idea that what is exactly going to happen. So in that case, you can avoid the problem or unforeseen circumstances which may come during the time of the research, you may able to encounter if you have done the primary research. Then formulate the research question. A research question is the central question you will ask yourself in order to focus your research and develop your research composition. So basically, the research question is your central part of your research. Like take an example in this figure, like who, what, when, where and why. These type of the questions. Before conducting your study, you need to answer those questions, and basically the research question will be what you are going to conduct, what you are trying to find. The research question will give you that the direction of your research, and that is why it is a central question you will ask yourself in order to focus your research and develop your research composition. In forming the research question, you are setting the goal for your research. By setting the research question means you are setting the goal for your research, and your main research should be substantial enough for the guiding the principle of your research, but focus enough and also actually guide your research. These are the goals on which you are going to conduct your research. So formulating the research question is one of the important steps for conducting a research and for formulating your research proposal. When you find out your research question, then what you do the next, you have to plan for the research. You have done the preliminary research, and the research question has helped you to choose and focus the manageable topic of your research. Means in the previous step what we have done, we have discussed about you will manage the topic of your research. If it is broader, then you have narrowed down, then you choose the objective of research, means your research question you have selected, you have conducted the preliminary research. So by using this, you will get the information to work on the proposal successfully, and you will need to determine what exactly you want to learn about it, and later you have to say about. By doing this, by passing the all four steps, in this step you have to make a plan for how you are going to conduct your secondary study, and then how you are going to plan your primary study, and the plan for the time, means how much time you are going to this, how much time you are going to this, how much time you are going to analyze the report, how much time you are going to take to prepare a report. So you have planned in first how you carry out primary research, how you carry out secondary research, and what should be proper time and the plan of your whole research. Every part of the research you have divided certain time, means if you have the 1 year to carry out a research, and that for the introduction and the review of literature and secondary data you give the 1 month. For the primary research you have given the 6 months, means 7 months elapsed. For analyzing the data you have given 2 months more, and for preparing your project and your all the research you have given the another 2 months, and then in the last 1 month you are going to just review your project. So, you have to plan your research. Then after that, after going the all the step, you will create your research proposal. A research proposal can be long, can be short, depend upon the goal and the specificity of your research proposal, or if your sponsor has given you the certain format, they have given you the certain guideline, then you can create your research proposal on that basis. And this proposal will help you to convince your instructor or the sponsor and give you the feedback on your research plan. Means by using this you will get the feedback of your instructor, means if there is any instructor, then instructor, if there is a company or the sponsor for whom you are preparing your research, you get the feedback from them, or you may be selected. And your research proposal will define your topic, discuss the importance of your topic for both you and for the other, how it is going to help you, how it is going to help their company, and how it is beneficial for other. And present your main research question. You will get also add the supportive question in it, and offer the plan for the research. You should give the proper planning from where you are going to start your research and where you are going to end it. Give the starting point and also the ending point, and what you will do between that starting and ending point, what will be your plan of action. You should also completely and in a brief way explain in your research proposal. Now, drafting of the research proposal, we have dealt with what we do in the research proposal, that how we prepare it. At the organization level, how the people draft. Start with your management will describe the problem and state the management question, means your stage of request for proposal. Suppose for the external members or for the internal organization also, company prepare the RFP, and in that RFP they have described their problem and state the management question. So, in the next step what is going to happen? The researcher try to translate the management question in your research question. When they translate the management question to research question, what next they have to do? They have to translate. They have to elaborate their research question in your investigative question, means your research question will further divide into your investigative question. And by doing this, after this you are going, researcher is going to prepare your research proposal, and by preparing the research proposal, then they have to review, again management review the proposal. Management has reviewed the proposal. If the proposal is expected, then management approve the proposal, and in the last the research will begin. But what happened when the management is not agree, management has not accepted? When the management has not accepted, in that case you are going to rewind. The management and the researcher discuss the proposal, clarify their points and define the problem and objective. And at this stage, if they agree, then they again come back to the researcher, start preparing the research proposal. Then after preparing, then it again go for the management review. When it go for the management review, if it is accepted, then research will start. But again if it is not accepted, then we are going to repeat that cycle. But what happens when the manager and researcher does not agreed on this point? If they are not agreed, then researcher will move to this stage, यानी कि researcher again explore the another alternative option to solve the management questions. Means in this step what we have done, management question get translated into your research question. And what has happened, that because we again come to this level, in that case the researcher try to explore the another alternative action, and by the another alternative action they again redefine the research question. By redefining the research question, they again elaborate the investigative question, and then again the process is repeated. This may happen when an organization they try to draft a research proposal. So, these steps will take place in the organization when people are trying to create a research proposal in a organization. Start with the management question, then translate into your research question, then research question will be changed into your investigative question, then by using the investigative question the researcher may prepare the research proposal, then it will go to the review for the management review. If it is accepted, then management approve. After accepting, the research will begin. So, these are the basically the process of drafting a research proposal. And at the end, we are going to discuss how you are going to evaluate the research proposal, how the management may have or the people may evaluate the research proposal. First of all, they evaluate on the basis of the design and the feasibility of the study or the project. Design means, suppose we are talking about the research design, which we have deal in your element of the research proposal. There is a type point research design. In the research design, like whatever the sample you are choosing, is it relevant for your study? It is relevant to answer your management question. The sample size which we have chosen, is it relevant? The method of the data collection which we have chosen, is it relevant for the management or the organization? Then whatever the proposal we have given, is it feasible to conduct such study or not? Did they have the certain type of the resources, or it is possible to carry out that research? Then you will check the feasibility, means you are checking your technical feasibility, your feasibility in the knowledge, in the time, that is it feasible to conduct that project or research or not. Then in next point, the significance of the expected research, that whatever the result is coming, is it significant for the organization or not, or the sponsor or not, or for them for whom you are preparing want to conduct a research. So, in whatever the research proposal has given, that we should carry out this research in the certain way, at the end what is the result is coming, the result is expected significant for the organization or not, and identify the expected product, and what is the expected product should be come out at the end of the result. Is it relevant, is it significant for the organization or not? If it is significant, then your research proposal may be approved, and if it is not, then it may be rejected. Next is approval from the appropriate or review board if applicable. If there is a certain review board, then you have to get the approval from them. Like for the technical issue, they may have the different review board. For the technical issue, they have the review board is different. For the financial feasibility, it may be the different. So, if the review board is there in the company, then you need the approval from them first, then it will go to your management. Next is your principal investigator and the other personnel, means who is conducting that study. If there is a certain reputed market research organization, then you may have certain faith on them, then or any renowned the researcher or scientist has conducting that study, then you will get the credit, you will evaluate them on the basis of their credibility. So, you have to evaluate who will be your principal investigator, means who will be the prime researcher, and what are the other personnel they have who is going to help them. If any individual scientist conducting that study, then whatever the manpower they have, And if you are evaluating the organization, then what if the resource and the personnel they have, you will going to evaluate them on that basis. Then financial support. In the element of research proposal, there is a point budget. So, whatever the budget they have the proposed and what the management is willing to lend. So, if your budget is higher than what the management is expecting or the company is expecting, then you should be evaluated that how much money they are going to invest on the research. It should be based on the relevance, what will be the outcome. Suppose you are company expected to spend 10 lakh rupees, but in the research proposal you expected the financial support of the 25 lakh. So, there is a bigger mismatch. So, you have to keep in mind before preparing your project that what the company is offering or the sponsor is offering you financial support, and what you are saying them that how much amount is going to take to complete that project. Then next is the relevance with the management question, because we start our research with the management question. So, at the end of the proposal, we have to keep in mind, are we able to answer the management question which we have taken in starting or not. So, everything which we have put in a research, it should be aligned with your management questions. Then last is your ethical approval. You should use the ethical approach, not unethical approach. Like companies who are conducting the research should be ethical. They should opt the ethical conduct. Like whenever you are conducting the research, you will let the respondent know that why you are conducting the research. So, the ethical approval is necessary, that whatever the methods you are going to opt to carry out that research should be ethical, and you cannot use any unethical method to carry out your research. Thank you everyone. This is all for the day. See you in next class.